You know what kills me though? Good morning, guys. Okay, this is another table talk, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna have this one a little bit more appropriate, you know, language because the language has been strong. Okay, it hasn't been a plural, but how you say plural? Deplorable. I think deplorable, right? With a D, I, deplorable. Okay, but it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been, great. So I'm gonna try to, keep it in check because I am speaking about my wife, so sometimes I get excited. But you know what kills me? You know, and I think this is gonna be the last personal table talk. There's a difference. There's a difference between personal table talk and biblical table talk. There's a difference. And this has to do with me, divorcing my wife soon. Hopefully, hopefully, I hope so. Believe me, if it was divorce right now, I mean, I would file for divorce today. I mean, I will go to any length, okay, almost any length, to get a divorce today. The problem is, excuse me, guys, because it's early in the morning. It's about 5 something. Let me see what time is it. As a matter of fact, okay, I'm always yawning early in the morning because it's like I'm always yawning. It's 5:17 in 23 seconds. I mean, so anyway, so if there was divorce in the Philippines, I would get it today. I want to divorce this woman, not even wife of mine, this woman, this stranger that I married, because she was a fraud. She was something. She pretended to be somebody just to make a catch of a United States citizen. She thought that I could get her to America. She thought that I could get her to work. I mean, what a fraud, what a fake, what a clown. You know what I mean? She should work in a circus. With that little mustache that she has. You know what I'm saying? That I always used to tell her to shave. That's what I'm saying. She has a little fuzz, on her upper lip, So when I used to kiss her, nobody kisses her anymore. She has tuberculosis, and God bless her. I hope she gets out of all the diseases that she has, the tuberculosis, the anemia, the low blood pressure, the kidney problem. I mean, and God knows what else she has that I don't even know about. Okay, and by the way, I don't know why her house is this it's like it's for a tool shed. It's doing so many views. I mean, what the heck, It's like 30, it's like 40 views right now. I mean, what's the infatuation with Riza's house? I mean, damn. I mean, but anyway, thank you for the views, but I don't know, I don't know why. There's no reason why. Anyway, I'm waiting for chicken. Now there's a family that sells chicken early in the morning here in the Philippines. It's like everybody sells something. They have little tiny stores here, home stores, or people come in their motorcycles early in the morning selling things, or there are certain homes that sell certain things. This happens. This house hold happens to sell chicken early in the morning, so I'm waiting for that order to come. The knock of the door, if you will. I have to keep my voice down because my baby is sleeping out of the vein. She's a special child. So yeah, you know what kills me though? This is what kills me. Okay, and today's the 14th of March 2025. My name is Angelo Quinones again. You know what kills me? My wife says that she doesn't need anything from me, any help. She doesn't need nothing. Every time we have an argument, I don't need anything from you. Okay, excuse me, you don't need anything from me? You stole my phone and hawked it at a pawn shop last, I think September the 4th, actually. I'll never forget it as long as I live. To my dying day, I think I'll remember that I came home, okay, from being lost, okay. I took the tricycle by mistake farther than my home is because I have a visual problem, so I skipped my stop. But anyway, it's equal to skipping a train stop, and going to like the wrong station, but then that station doesn't have your train going back, so you have to take another train, and it's like you can get back in about an hour or something like that. It's like equal to that, because I used to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, and like I said, I'm waiting for this order to come in and knock on the door. So I'm gonna just leave the phone over here and then come back, guys. Excuse me, okay? Just even before it happens. What did I order? 6 pieces of chicken. No bananas today. She sometimes she sells banana. She sells like a spaghetti, but I don't like that. Um, what do you call it? So my wife told me yesterday, "Oh, I don't need your help." Excuse me, didn't you steal my cell phone that had my sermons on it and stuff like that, and had pictures and I was just, you know, beside myself, you know, to use a biblical term. I was beside myself. I mean, that never happened to me in my life. Nobody ever stole my cell phone ever in New York. Never. Not even borrowed it. We don't, let people borrow cell phones. At least I don't. So she stole my cell phone and hocked it in a pawn shop. Okay, and thank God I got it back. I got it back eventually. And this is the one I'm using now. But you don't need my help, and you're stealing things from me. You ask me for coffee. Sometimes you ask me for coffee. Sometimes I give it, like that. And then she says when she gets mad, "Oh, I never asked you to give." Oh, really? Come on, man. You ask me for coffee. You ask me for juice. You ask me for sugar. You ask me for what is it? Soda. Very, very, very rarely does she ask for that. You ask, you ask me for, shampoo and toothpaste and all these things. I mean, you ask me for chips and snacks, and you come over here asking me for plates the other day because she just moved, from her grandmother's house, so she don't got no place. So she asked me for plates and spoons and cups. Come on, you don't need no help. What the hell are you asking me for things for? You know? Man, I can smell the chicken from here. My goodness gracious! And that house is like where I'm sitting. It's like 60 feet away. It's more than that. It's like 70. You know what I mean? Because a major league pitcher is like 60 feet and 6 inches. Well, that's more than that. I mean, you know, when I'm sitting in my house, it could be 100 feet, but I still smell the chicken. Goodness gracious! But anyway, and she doesn't need no help. But then you come over here and you steal things. You steal plates and you steal without my permission. And I borrowed her from this house. I told her yesterday I don't want her in the house because sometimes she throws the door when she's angry, or she throws Pampers. When she changed my baby the other day, and she threw the pamper on the floor violently. So I said, because of that and because of our child having seizure problems, you cannot come into the house anymore. You cannot come into the house anymore. If you need to bring me the other child, Sean Donnelly, you can bring him at the door. You can get him at the door. You could bring our special child to the door or inside. Could bring her inside. I don't mind into her because she's a special child and she's heavy and she's being carried. So, or you can, I could bring her to your house or whatever. But everything is at the door. Because she's very rude. I mean, I have a 300-pound door. It's made of wood, but it's about 300 pounds. Okay, and it's light when it's on its hinges. But you know, she slammed the door the other day very loudly, and I don't want the door to break. Also, it's not the loudness of it all. But it's also it might break, or it might break the hinges right off the thing of the slots, or it might break. The frame area is wood, and cement, but that's what it is. But this lady constantly is asking me for money also. So you don't need no help. What the hell are you asking me for money for? You're a liar. You're cheating or fraud. She committed adultery. She committed, every sin in the book. She committed adultery. Probably with her former lover, the father of her first 3 kids when I was married with her. You know, I know she slept with somebody, during our marriage, which lasted so far 6 and something years. You understand what I'm saying? So, and she asked me every time I have a loan, something happens. Like, her mother goes to the hospital, and I don't believe that she did, at that loan, when I got that loan last year. She said that her mother's in the hospital. Garbage. She got bit by a dog. Garbage. She just wanted money, just like she wanted money for her brother, seaman training, and it was a lie. The wife of the brother the wife of Romanito, her brother, said, "No, Riza's lying." That's the name of my wife, Riza. Riza's lying because Romanito didn't ask her for no 5,000 peso, which is equal to $100. So not only did she commit adultery with somebody, cheating online also, and physically, but she actually, lies and steals. So, and then when you meet her, it's like she's so sweet and everything like that. But like we used to say in America, okay, be careful with the quiet ones. They're the most dangerous, the quiet ones, because you don't know you don't know what's in their hearts. You don't know what's in their hearts. The quiet ones, you got to be careful with. You don't know what the hell is in their hearts. It's the boisterous ones that you could say, oh well, I know who they are already. I know who they are. Because they're boisterous. They let you know, about the windows of their soul. You know what I'm saying? This is what I am. Take it or leave it. As I drink some coffee now, you know what I mean. Before it gets cold, and during these table talks, the coffee gets cold. You know what I'm saying? We're at the 11-minute mark. So this is the deal. I mean, it kills me when a wife, you know, witches, whines, and complains about this and this and this, and they're doing it. Oh, I never asked you for anything, and then she's stealing, she's lying for money, she steals my money sometimes when she can. She opens up my drawer, the drawer, the bureau drawer, and then she tries to find. It's like the equivalent of people trying to find nickels. You know what I mean, like a spare change. So she's constantly looking in the drawers and looking for stuff, and then you don't need my help. She looks like a scavenger. I hate to say this, but the poorest of the poor, that's what they classified here. The ones who are very, very poor, who don't work and who don't have any income coming in, and just depend on everybody to give them things and to give them money, are classified here in the Philippines as being the poorest, quote, the poorest of the poor. You have your poor, but you have people who are even poorer than them, who are the poorest of the poor. Riza is known as being the poorest of the poor. And nobody told her to have sex at an early age. I know, without being married. And nobody told her to open up her legs when she was about 19 years old or whatever the case may be, and have 3 children outside of wedlock. You understand what I'm saying? Now listen, you could get married at the age of 19 and have children all you want till you're blue in the face. No, there she goes. Come here, Mercy. That's my order, guys. Where's my chair? Because it's so dark. Because I have the lights off because my special child is sleeping. So I have, except for one little light. Yeah, I wish I could speak loudly, boldly, about the situation, but I can't, you know, because of my special child. And by the way, if people don't know, my wife had a fight with her brother while being pregnant with this special child. I think that's why she came out to be a special child, because of that incident that she was fighting, actually fist fighting with her brother and kicking him, and he did something wrong. And it had to do with her daughter. I don't know what it was. I don't know. She did not tell me. And I beat him up myself, actually. Because I thought it was something, something like, sensual or something like that. And so okay, nobody's telling me what it is, so I beat him up myself. So I beat him up myself. I took him up and beat him up. I mean, that's just all I did. That's my stepchild. And Riza threw a rock at him. This was like maybe 5 years, 5.5 years ago, something like that. Maybe a little. Well, wait a minute. She was pregnant with Riza, so it was in 2019. So they had like 6 years. I don't know. The baby's gonna be 6 this year, God willing. She's 5 now, so it was like five and change. It's like it's almost 6 years that happened. All right. So thank you, Father, for this food in Jesus' name. So you just take a quick bite. You know. So she had a fight with a physical fight, a violent fight. Now I had to break it up. I was in the kitchen, so she was hitting him and stomping on him and everything like that. And then that was okay. I didn't care about it okay too much. Um, you know, but when he tried to hit her back, that's when I stepped in it because she was pregnant. But she shouldn't have been doing that anyway. You know, you know, and all of that stuff, all of the violence, you know, actually caused probably her condition to be born like that. But and not only that, she broke up a fight. My father-in-law, her father wanted to hit her mother because her mother stole something from her father. So her father found out about it and wanted to hit the living. They wanted to kill her mother, and maybe not kill. You know what I mean? But you just beat her up. And so it took 3 people to hold him down. I didn't hold him down because there was people holding him down already. 2 of her brothers were holding him down, or were holding him down. And then she gets involved and holds him down, a violent man also. So she's, holding on to him, and her stomach is waving all around the place. What a puta desgraciada, man. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be breaking up a physical, violent fight, and she's pregnant with the same child that she had a problem with, that she had a fight with the same child that she was carrying while having a fight with Risker, as I forget my English here in the Philippines. You understand what I'm saying? There's 2 violent acts, and then smoking in the house also, not by her, but by her father. All that stuff probably triggered something that the head of my baby was informed, right? And that's why she gets all these seizure attacks, because of the size of her head. It's nothing spiritual. It's the size of her head. When the nurse or the doctor saw the size of her head, she said, "Oh, that's why she gets seizures." Right off the bat, when we took her to Cebu, she didn't even look twice. She said, "Oh, she gets the seizures because look at the size of her head." She told me, you know. But anyway, this is the same lady. Hmm? Excuse me, guys. This is the same. Oh, by the way, I used to buy her food in the morning, like this chicken and stuff like that. And instead of saying thank you, you know what she says? She complains because she rather have the money in her hand, not the chicken. I'll give you another example. Mother's Day, the last Mother's Day, which was on the I don't know, whatever, the 11th or whatever of May in the Philippines. I'm just guessing. I don't know if it was the 13th, 12th, or 11th. I don't know, of May 2024, last year. We're sitting on 2025. I bought her a cake. Now she didn't deserve it, and her mother didn't deserve it. But I bought her a cake. I bought them a cake. Okay. And she looked at the cake and she said, "Ah, Jesus," like that. She didn't even say thank you. She didn't. Because she wanted the money. She's very, 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 very interested in money, and that's it. And unfortunately, she's gonna die one day without nothing. And I'm speaking as a preacher now. No threats involved. I'm just saying what it is, what the Bible says. What we know as Christian people. You know. He even said to me, "Angelo, quote, Angelo, I used to get more money being a prostitute. I repeat, a prostitute than the money that you give me," end quote. Can you? I never heard, not even in a soap opera or movie, a woman speak like that. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I never even heard, and I used to watch General Hospital a lot. I'm not watching it live now, like what's going on now, because Robert Scorpio, he's old, and Sean is dead, and Anna is interesting always, but you know what I mean. It's not the same because you know, I wonder who's there. I think Laura's there. I think Luke is probably dead. I mean, a lot of people, Jack, Christina Wagner, she's still there. I mean, but she's heartbroken because of the death of her real son. But in General Hospital, I was watching General Hospital for years, from 1983 to 1990 something or whatever it was. And I never heard a woman say that. Only Riza, because she used to be a prostitute. And I'll tell you, Riza, right now, if you're listening to this, prostitutes will go to hell and burn forever. That's a fact. Okay? If prostitutes don't repent from their sins, they will burn up. And that's found and recorded in Revelation chapter 17 and in other books. And like the Bible, Hebrews chapter 13, marriage is honorable in every way, and the bed undefiled, or whoremongers, or like maybe prostitutes like that, and adulterers, God will judge. Okay? That's all there's to it. I'm not worried about it because I'm not worried about it because Rita is going to get judged by God. You know? So she told me a long time ago, like 5 years ago, that marriage is just a piece of paper. And then she told me about, let's say, 4 years ago, my ex is waiting for me. End quote. Well, he's dead. He can't wait for anybody. He's in the cemetery. Her ex-lover, the father of her first three kids, Mary, Oscar, and Godfrey, he's dead. He died about 2 years ago. In 2023, he died. So she can no longer say that her ex-boyfriend is waiting for her. You know what I mean? And probably they had communication and stuff like that. And I could see, you having communication with your ex, the father of the kids, but she never told me when she had communication with him. And she probably did ask him for something or whatever, and without even saying, Angelo, I'm gonna call my ex. Quote, Angelo, can I call my ex today because I need some money for the kids or whatever the case may be. Is that okay with you? She never approaches it like that. Well, God took him away anyway, so she can't do that anyway. Now she's probably on Facebook or Messenger talking to people because she thinks I'm stupid. I don't know why she was so mad yesterday. Well, maybe her boyfriend on the side left her. Who's not gonna He's not gonna leave somebody like that. You know, I can't wait till divorce comes though. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that day. The Atian, one of my friends told me, Angelo, I have good news for you. There's divorce in the Philippines. Oh my God. Because Riza is the worst person I ever had in my life, I think. I mean, she has been an awful, terrible, hideous wife. She has been terrible. I mean, I don't care how many times she used to cook for me. She doesn't cook for me anymore. She's not living here. Okay, she's not even saying, "Oh, let me make this chicken for Angelo." Or it's not that she doesn't bring me things. Like let's say if there's a birthday party, she'll bring me something. You know, especially when the date is close to me receiving the check from my check from the United States of America, she'll do something nice, you know. Yeah. She'll be on her best behavior when I'm about to get my money. I don't need your help, she says. You know, then you know something, you're not gonna get it. I think you know, I think the only way to teach Rita a lesson is either by the court or the police, which I called the other day. I called the police, by the way, because I bought some walkie-talkies for us to be, so for us to use, so we could be in constant communication because of our special child. So if she's having a seizure attack and I can't get the medicine in her mouth because she clenches her teeth or something like that, then I call her, you know? And and since she's constantly not having it on or constantly, and then yesterday she told me, oh, I'm charging the batteries. Okay, well, let me know. Call me and let me know I'm charging my batteries. So that way I won't get mad at you for not having it on. Communicate. She doesn't know how to communicate. She doesn't know how to talk, either with her hands or with her lips. You know, she doesn't know how to, when she's communicating, like right in front of your face, to touch your shoulder or your elbow or, you know, your back and calm you down or like that, whatever. She doesn't know how to do it. Okay? That's why I don't want anybody who doesn't know English. You know, the next woman in my life, she has to know English. She has to have a very good command of English. Let's just put it like that. Risa doesn't have that. She doesn't have a good command of English. Her English stinks. It's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to be careful. When you marry somebody, if you want to marry somebody overseas, you have to just take your time and test her out, especially as a Christian person. If you're talking to somebody who's not a Christian, do not marry that person. It's going to be awful for you. I'm telling you right now. It might start off beautifully, like for us, but she's gonna, or he's going to, depending on who I'm talking to, his true or her, you know, true colors are gonna shine. Okay, you have to put into practice. Second Corinthians chapter 6 verses 14 through 18, not to be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever. You know, and that's my fault. I knew that Rita wasn't a believer. I knew that she was a Christian person. Yet I married her anyway. That's my fault. So I got what I deserve. You know, I'm doing these audios so you won't do the same mistake. Okay. Take your time, especially if you're young. Take your time. Take a couple of years speaking to the person first. Don't send no money. Don't send any money to the person. Okay? And see what their attitude is if you don't send any money. And if it's awful, the hell with them. You know? If they're complaining, you know, which the tricky part about it, she never asked for money. You know? I used to send her Western Union. She never asked me for a dime. That's the thing. That's what tricked me. She never asked me for anything. You know? But it's like living in hell. It was like living in hell with her in the house. That's why I had to kick her out. And she qualifies under the umbrella of First Corinthians chapter 7 verse 15. If the unbeliever depart, let it depart. Horizo is the Greek word for departure. Okay. You know, because she left on her own accord several times. Okay. Not only did she commit adultery, parneia, which covers a multitude of sins. It doesn't, not in a good way. It talks about it. I'm trying to say, me epiparneia, except for sexual immorality, and that's under the umbrella of verse 9 of chapter 19 of Matthew, that we can get a divorce if the spouse does that. So I'm just waiting for divorce to come here in the Philippines. I'm just desperately waiting. I want to have kids again, you know, um, and she doesn't even want to make love. Which is, it's okay by me. I don't care. I'm just saying, but she doesn't want to make love. Not that it's okay in God's eyes. It's not. I don't want to make love to her anyway. I'm just saying it's okay by me. Like this, like that. I don't want to make love to her anyway. You know what I mean? But she's breaking the commandment of God. It's not. It says in chapter 7 of First Corinthians, "Do not defraud one another." End quote. You know? Oh, fair. That's what it says. I mean, that's what it says. So she's a terrible wife. She's a terrible woman. She's a hideous, terrible mother. Because she's so irresponsible with the kids, you know. And I'm glad she's out of my life. I'm glad she's out of the house. I'm really glad that she's out of the house. And I think she's getting mad these days